Good day, my little robins. It's me, Beth. Another month is coming on, which means, well, if you haven't already read the title and you're new to the channel, I'm going to be bringing you guys my monthly favourite / wrap-up video for the month of May. These videos are pretty self-explanatory. A lot of YouTubers do these. I've only got into them in recent months. I've been doing them quite a while now. Before we begin, if you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking a like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into this May favourites. We kick off this video with live gigs because I went to two the month of May. On Monday the 2nd of May I went to Leeds to see Architects, and then on Friday the 7th of May I went to Manchester to see Poets of the Fall. Now let's start with Architects. This band have been on my bucket list for years. They've toured before, but either due to money issues or work, I've been unable to see these guys. And I actually went with my good friend Kate, who I used to, rent a flat with, and oh my god, we both had an amazing time. The atmosphere was so electric, and this was actually, we went to the first show of that tour, and so we didn't know what the set list was going in, but we scarily predicted the set list minus one song, which we were like, oh damn, we are true Architects fans. It was a mixture of old, it was a mixture of new. I love Leeds Arena because it's got an amphitheatre setup, so no matter where you sit, we were seated, you can see the stage, and yes, Architects are legends, and there is a reason why people say you've got to see them live at least once. Sleep Token supported them. I saw Sleep Token when they performed at the Heavy Music Awards last year, and hand on my heart, they were good. But their staging was not made for an arena, so I feel like Sleep Token would benefit from smaller venues, but overall it was a good night. Now this was my second time seeing Poets of the Fall, and if you haven't listened to any of this band's songs or seen them live, you are missing out. Their show was equal parts high energy, equal parts manic, but an equal parts relaxed, as they were able to craft the new and the old songs to tell a story. This band know how to tell a story through a set list, and all the new songs off the album Ghostlights, there weren't that many on the set list, but they fitted in perfectly with older songs. Now, I personally do not like Club Academy in Manchester because the venue is very small, and I am a small individual. However, I did make friends with a father and a daughter, and so I did manage to see the stage the second half of the gig. But yeah, the crowd went crazy when they played the likes of Carnival of Rust and Choice Millionaire. Poets of the Fall, do not sleep on this band. They are one of my personal favourites on the channel. If you want to check them out, then feel free, to go to that search box on my page and just type Poets of the Fall. I'm pretty sure they've got a whole playlist dedicated to them, but I'm so happy that live music is back, and I can't wait for June, because I'm seeing Rammstein. Yes. While we're talking about music, I quickly have to touch on Eurovision and how the UK came second behind Ukraine, with Spain coming in third. However, I really liked the Spanish song, so I wouldn't have minded if they beat us. Oh my god, Eurovision was amazing. I've watched it every year since 2006 when Lordi won, and my votes went to Finland and the Rasmus because I loved the Rasmus, and I also gave my votes to Norway and the banana eating wolves because why not? They embodied how camp Eurovision is. It'll be interesting where it goes in 2023, where will it be held? Will it be held in Ukraine, or will it be held in another country? And since the UK can't blame politics, will we actually send a decent song in 2023? The month of May saw me get into K-pop albums. Well, I've been buying them on and off, but the month of May is when I really went hardcore. And I went hardcore for one K-pop group, Dreamcatcher, the posters in the background, and I finally got my hands on all 4 versions of their second album, Apocalypse Savers. It cost some money, but Amazing album, check it out. You know, I also reacted to I unboxed Stray Kids album, and there's also a Monster X unboxing which will be uploaded later today, because I like throwing a little bit of K-pop in with these other videos. Some of you like it, some of you don't like it. It's my channel, I can upload what I want. Talking about K-pop albums, I actually purchased more K-pop albums, and I'm going to show you guys briefly what I picked up the rest of the month of May. I picked up First Impact, which was, well, Kepler, which actually came out in January, but I wasn't sure if I was going to buy it or not, but I went into HMV and it was there, so you know, I bought it. There are 3 versions. I got the pink version. They only had the pink version. Although from what I can see from like the different concepts, I really want the gold version because those concept photos look nice. Moving on, we have TXT's Thursday's Child Mini-So 2. This is the mess version, so it's the black version. I know there is like the other 2 versions. I love this like mini album, so I actually might get my hands on, you know, the other 2 versions because they were in my local HMV. So keep an eye out for that. And then while talking about Dreamcatcher, I picked up Dreamcatcher's 5th mini album, Dystopia, Lose Myself. This was the E version. It's pink, it's beautiful, I love it. I'm slowly picking up Dreamcatcher albums. I found this by chance on Amazon, so I'm unsure if I'm going to pick up the 2nd version. I really want like the yellow and gold version, so if you guys know where I can get my hands on K-pop albums, the comments is the place to go. But let's move on from K-pop. That was a bit of a glow. Moving on. Now, I briefly touched on Eurovision literally like a few seconds ago, but I did react to the Rasmus and the song Jezebel, which was their Eurovision entry, and I didn't like it. It was cringy. There was just something about the lyrics that I just couldn't get behind. I gave them my votes because I love the band, and I am seeing them live, you know, Halloween this year in Manchester, so hopefully this song is not on the set list, but I have a feeling it will be. Though I do understand with Eurovision that the Rasmus, they couldn't send one of like their emo like rock songs because they needed mainstream appeal, but the Rasmus Jezebel did nothing for me. I only reacted to 3 K-pop groups on the channel this month. I am really jumping backwards and forwards. I really should have organised this better. But anyway, the first K-pop boy group I reacted to was DKZ and the music video for the song Cupid. Now, I only heard of this group and this song because they lost to Dreamcatcher and Mason at like the award show, at the music like award shows. So, yeah. And I'm discovering the fact that when it comes to boy groups in K-pop, I love like the bright colours, like innocent concept. Not everything has to be dark and serious. However, if we're talking about dark and serious concepts, then I also reacted to TXT and the music video for the song Good Boy Gone Bad, which I'm going to say now is definitely like contender for one of my favourite songs of the year, probably just behind Dreamcatcher and their song Maison. TXT are a group that have done the bright concepts, they can do the dark concepts, all-rounders. I love them. And the final K-pop boy group, it was actually a debut group, yes. It was TNX and their music video for the song Move, which was their introduction to the world, and oh my god, they didn't come to play. They came to dominate, like the vocals, the rap, the dance, the video. Like K-pop at the minute, there is so much good music being released that, you know, you don't really know where to look. Also, I'm very surprised I got through that segment because with K-pop, in the West, when you have like a band, they will have like a normal name, you know, like the Rasmus or Architects. But K-pop, they love like, is it acronyms or just using like letters and then like, but the letters have like another meaning? Just give your group a name that rolls off the tongue easily. Easily? Give your group a name that rolls off the tongue easily. Unless, like me, that sometimes you lisp and you just word vomit. This month we finally got back to reacting to videos from Japan, and there were some interesting reactions. First up was Hanabi with the song LCG, and this was a trippy song, but it didn't get me buzzed in a good way. We then had Trident with the song Spoopy, which I actually really liked. However, it was so hard trying not to say, you know, Snoopy, the little cartoon dog, because Spoopy, Snoopy, very close. And finally, One OK Rock with the music video Renegade. I slapped myself on the wrist in that video because, well, don't sleep on this band because they are amazing. But they weren't all the Japanese reactions I reacted to. Nemophila and the song A Ray of Light blew my mind and showcased another side to this band, and I think it was also the first time I've actually said the name of this band right, so I'm just like, holla. Moving on, we had Unlucky Morpheus and the music video Anthem, and it goes to show why this band is a staple, why they are so strong vocal wise, instrument, lyrics. I love me some Unlucky Morpheus. And the final Japanese band I reacted to was Fate Gear Live in Blood. Okay, I'm going to tell you now, I was expecting a little bit more blood, because if you put blood in the title, kind of expect blood, but it was a solid song, it stood out, and I was like, okay, it made me want to re-listen to Fate Gear. Onto TV Land, and well, the TV portion of this favourites video. I'm going to mix things up and I'm going to start with Netflix because I always seem to watch more stuff on Netflix nowadays, so hey ho, let's just dive into what I watched on Netflix. I actually watched 2 animes this month, and it actually made me look at how many anime shows that Netflix actually has. And the first anime I started re-watching was Seven Deadly Sins. Now, this is one of my all-time favourite animes, and I've recently started collecting the omnibus manga volumes because there are a lot of volumes. And with Full Metal Alchemist, it's just easier to buy them in omnibus form, which is where you get 3 volumes packaged together. My favourite characters are Bon or Ban, Hawk, and Arthur. This series is, it had a great couple of seasons, and then I can hold my hands up as a fan and say that later seasons were very dividing, and it divided a lot of fans, myself included, but this time round I'm going to push through and give Seven Deadly Sins, the later seasons, a second chance. Another one of my favourite manga series is Komi or Komi Can't Communicate, and it's got an anime on Netflix. Now, if you were an introvert in high school, this is the perfect series for you. And it was so faithful to the manga. There were so many scenes that when I read it in the manga and I imagined what it would be like. And it actually did benefit from having the visuals and the voice acting, and I was like, oh my god, they nailed it. I love this series. I would say you can watch the anime before getting into the manga. It's one of those where you can watch it or read it, but if you watch it, I'd highly recommend checking out the manga series as well. Now onto the Korean shows, which have become a firm staple in terms of what I'm watching these past few months. And we're going to kick off with a staple, and that is Men on a Mission. And this is where a group of men dress up as high school students and stars transfer to their school. It is a variety show. It is amazing. There are episodes that have me howling with laughter. I am finally on the 2020 series, so fingers crossed one day I will be on the 2022 series. But yeah, if you want to laugh and you want to watch a variety show, I would highly recommend Men on a Mission because it has comedic moments, but then it also just has some serious moments, so check it out. A show that I recently put on my watch list that I got around to watching was Green Mothers Club, and it is a bunch of rich mothers and privileged children. It sounds like something straight out of a reality show in America. It was a great cast, and I really liked where the story went. I wasn't so sure I would like it, but the more I watched it, the more hooked I became. Another show that was in my watch list was Her Private Life, which follows a girl who by day is an art curator, but then by night she is an obsessive fangirl. And well, she has to keep those 2 lives secret, especially when she's got a brand new boss at work who discovers her secret. There's drama, there's romance, there's like plot twists. It was a really strong K-drama and I'm so happy that I finally got around to watching it. Sound of Magic, I want to say, is like a Netflix exclusive and it mixed drama with musical numbers. Yes please, I love me a good drama, I love me a good musical number. It pretty much follows a magician who lives in an abandoned theme park who befriends / kind of aggravates like a couple of high school students who are kind of like down on their luck. It was an amazing cast, like all the musical numbers were so strong. I have gone back and I have listened to the soundtrack. I'm probably going to get the actor's name wrong, but I think it was like Ji Chang-wook, who was in Her Private Life as the boss, plays the magician, and oh my god, his voice is so divine. And listening to him sing made me feel like it's okay to dream and kind of relive part of my childhood. I'm kind of happy that, you know, like it wrapped up. I believe there were like 6 episodes and everyone's like, oh, there should be a season 2. I don't think there should be a season 2 because I definitely think it wrapped up perfectly. But yeah, if you like drama, you like musicals, you like magic, check out Sound of Magic. It's got everything you will need. The final show that I watched on Netflix comes from Japan and it is called Old Enough. Now it follows like undercover cameras who follow small kids, usually under the age of 4, as they go about completing like a task on their own for the first time without their parents. It is so adorable and I think the reason why it fascinated like me and it's fascinated like a lot of people in the West is because in England, if I was like 2.5, my mum wouldn't even let me go to like the corner shop in the village. She would be so paranoid that something was going to happen to me. In other parts of the world, parents would not let their toddlers out and about on their own, even if they were being filmed. So it is a really fascinating series and I wish there were more episodes than there actually are. I know there probably is and I can watch them online, so that's probably what I'm going to do. On Discovery Plus, I am continuing watching Ghost Adventures, so well there's nothing really new there to tell you about. It's Ghost Adventures, a paranormal show. I put the picture of the poster up there. Let's move on to Disney Plus. Now, on Disney Plus, I am continuing watching the Kardashians and kind of like Ghost Adventures. There's nothing much to say, so you know, there's like the little poster. However, I have watched the first 2 episodes of the highly anticipated Obi-Wan Kenobi show and I didn't realise how much I missed Ewan McGregor like in this role. The story, the characters, it is going to be really strong and I cannot wait for more episodes. I can say like hand on my heart that, you know, unfortunately my generation, we had the prequel films as our Star Wars films. I can say now it would have been good if there was no Jar Jar Binks. He was very annoying, but we got Ewan McGregor, so I can't wait to watch more of this series. I only saw 1 film this month and it was Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness. I want to say I got that title right. It was a bit of a mouthful and I really enjoyed it. It was definitely like a trip at like certain parts, but with the story and kind of with Doctor Strange's character as a whole, if it wasn't trippy and like CGI heavy, I don't think the story or the character would have worked. It was a great cast. Oh my god, Scarlet Witch, girl. I'm kind of happy that they continued over from like WandaVision, but like you didn't have to watch WandaVision to kind of understand. There was like enough there that you could easily see, and they kind of explained what happened. I love Benedict Cumberbatch in this role. Great Marvel film, and there was only 5 people in my screening, so winner winner chicken dinner. Now on to the final segment, which is video games, and all my video games this month have mainly been mobile and they've mainly been re-downloads. I've already like talked about the anime 7 Deadly Sins, but there is a mobile game, 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. It is very faithful to like the story, so if you haven't checked out the anime and you want to play the game, you don't have to have watched the anime because the story follows the anime, and it's actually got one of like the more fairer like gotcha elements. It's one of the better ones that I have found because I've got really good pulls and I haven't had to put much money into it. The next game I re-downloaded is Fire Emblem Heroes. Now, I love this franchise, I love the characters, I love the voice acting. I do not like the gacha system. It is one of, probably in my eyes, one of the worst gacha systems because I have no luck at the pulls unless I actually put money into a game. And I will put some money into like a game if I want like a certain banner, but I refuse to spend over a certain amount, so it's not the best gacha system, however you might like it. And the final game was Pokemon Cafe Remix. Now this was only like a re-download because I got a new phone like a couple of months ago and I had to delete it off my old phone because I ran out of space. And since my new phone has a lot of space, I decided to re-download it, and oh my god, I am so happy I did. It is cute. It's got some of like the best artwork. I just love like the really like cutesy style they went with. It is perfect for any Pokemon fan, and the levels do increase in difficulty but at a nice pace that it's not so hard and like intimidating. If you like Pokemon and you like games where you have to like match, like if you like Pokemon and you kind of like games like Candy Crush, then check out Pokemon Cafe Remix. But that just wraps up the video games that I played the month of May, and well, wraps up my May favourites in general. In the comments below, I'd love to know some of the things you guys loved the month of May. Let's start a conversation. If you want to request any videos you want to see me make in the future on the channel, the comments is the place to go because I want to make videos that you guys want to watch. Let's just wrap up this video before I continue to ramble. If you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking a like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video, you can check out my last 2 videos or playlist, depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, I'm Beth. Goodbye.